I like to push the balance between the formal and conceptual. To me, it's really important that the first impact of any artwork is visual, is through the eyes, then moves you emotionally. And when this is happening, then start appearing questions. And when something moves you emotionally and then make you think, to me, is the best thing that could happen to art. When I start using eggshells to cover these surfaces, creating monochromes, white monochromes as paintings somehow in this very long process, to me it was really nice that the idea of the monochrome, white monochrome in the 60s, it was like the death of painting, and you cannot go further than just a flat white surface. And you can, because I'm using a white surface, but I'm doing the opposite. Counting is very important. Always the titles are the amount of fragment that each piece has. I really like to do like several pieces of the same size because the results will be always different. On the first room, these two white monochromes, even that one is white and the other one is not that white, belongs to the same egg because I'm using San Juan eggshells, that is a brand that they put with a stamp with numbers of the code of production and also the expiration dates. When I started doing this, I never thought about if it was a painting. It was like something that you start using, and then the first piece was amazing, then became a series, and always all these processes and everything finish as a medium or a technique somehow. So it was an idea that started with a work, then became a series, and then became a technique. If you really see the symbol of the egg, there are so many meanings in so many cultures and in so many countries. I really like the structure. In one side is a perfect circle and it's very fragile, and in the other side it's like an ellipse and it's extremely strong. The eggshell came, I think, around 2012. The feathers came around 2017 or 18, I think. With the feathers, I was really impressed about an exhibition, Golden Kingdoms, at the Metropolitan Museum in New York. I saw before so many works of feathers through Peruvian and South America cultures. And after looking for so many technical aspects, I decided to push the boundaries using feathers, but such in a different way that it was used before, and try to find a new technique. The idea of the shoe soles started when I was looking to the soles of my shoes, and it was interesting to me that my weight is divided in my two legs, and always the shoe soles from my right feet have more devastation than the left side. It's the weight divided in two, but we are not symmetric. So it was quite interesting to see these differences. So I started looking the shoes of my family, and the rule was always the same. Putting more of my weight in the right feet, that means that I'm a left-handed, and that means that I use more the right side of my brain that is connected with creativity, and this is why maybe I'm an artist. And I started doing the arrangements as diptychs. In the piece that is here, there are 576 shoe soles. 288 belong to the left feet, 288 belong to the right feet. 144 are with hole in both feet. 144 pairs are with no holes in both feet. Most of the holes are differently and irregular. There are not two people that walk in the same way. And the perfect circles on the shoe soles are done by spinning, and they belong to dancers. The title of the series is The Weight of Thought, because it's interesting that when you are walking, you are putting your weight into the soles. And I really like the idea that when you are walking, you are looking and you are thinking. The title of the eggshells are CaCO3, that is the chemical components of calcium that the eggshells have. The title of the feathers is neornites, that is the scientific universal word that means feathers. And speakers, that is the last series, that is sound inscriptions on fabric. I visit so many times the house and its studio of Luis Barragan in Mexico City. In a Saturday in November 2013, I went with Willie Couch and another friend to the house, and it was the first time that I paid attention to the fabric of the acoustic box of a stereo in the library. And it was like a geometric school done by the dust of the speakers. When I found out that the speaker were marked and sound can create a drawing using the dust of the place, and the sound will inhalate and get in the dust and then get out the dust, and through time, maybe 10, 30, 40, 50 years after doing that, the speaker shape will start appearing. The installation is just one piece composed by 55 pairs of speakers installed as a mirror image. It is a mirror image that is generating this repetition and differences in a way. I like the symmetry, but also the mirror image to make it as an echo. That is the title of the exhibition. They are elements to accomplish a service or a function. And once the function or the service is over and they become discarded materials, the end of something, to me, is the starting point of something else. And I'm looking all the time for new series, new materials, new possibilities of doing the same with differences. Each material gives you a different thing, and that's why Gilles Deleuze is so important in this exhibition. And the book, Differences and Repetition, is extremely important because there are not two identical things. Repetition is full of differences. It's always in the way I think and in the way I do works.